we're on with Monique right now. She's in the building, and we're having a great time. And this is part of the talk. So we're not. I don't want anybody to think we in here fighting.
Listen,
because
baby.
we're not. Because you know,
Here's what's
when
so
we hugged,
unfortunate.
we said we gonna talk, and we looked at each other and said we gonna talk for real.
Just conversations in our society today, they've become fights.
Right.
And it's like when you say, don't tell somebody they look nice. Don't do this. Don't do that. Well, now you're buying into the system to say, I'm going to believe if I tell a woman or if I tell a man, I said, you've been working out. You look good. That might turn into something.
Yeah.
So then it says to you, I say to you, well, what do you tell your children?
Words have value. We should be able to use words.
Right.
We should be able to communicate.
Right.
I agree with that. When you look at the situation and do you regret the way you approached it with what you just said? You said black people, white people. People ran to the fact that Dave Chappelle just got a bag from Netflix.
Yes.
That Deion Cole and Tiffany Haddish and all these people that are out there doing it now are getting theirs. So did it devalue what you were saying because you included race?
No, it didn't devalue it at all. Because when you ask the questions, and I'll ask you, tell me what female black comedian got the bag.
I mean, it's hard.
I want you to go back in history. Now I want you to catch us up to 2018.
It's hard.
Just give me one.
It's hard. I mean, you talk about black comedians. You're talking about all of the queens. You're talking about the Whoopies. You're talking
give me
about
the one. Well, Whoopies
but nobody got that Eddie Murphy, that Richard Pryor, that Sunset Strip, that Raw Delirious, that Andrew Dice Clay. Mm-hmm. Nobody got that.
Well, let me take Whoopi out of it because Whoopi's not a stand-up comedian.
Well, she was.
No, she was not. Whoopi was never a stand-up comedian.
All those comedic
what Whoopi was
what was that? Comedy for AIDS with Robin Williams and all that? What was that?
Yes, what she was an actress trying to prove to an industry that she could do this. That's why she did the one-woman show. She was never a stand-up comedian.
That was Broadway.
But we don't know that information. We just want to keep
But she got
her
the Grammy for a stand-up because that was the category. So they included her in that category, so that's how she's able to claim that. But you're saying she didn't really gig and go out and work.
Tell me what she got a Grammy for.
I think she got a Grammy. She got a Grammy for her stand-up album, I believe.
Now here's what I want you to do.
I don't know
your
that
research.
to be true. I don't know that for sure.
That's why I say to folks, do your research because this is powerful.
Well,
behind this microphone and to be on TV, it's powerful.
Yeah.
And we know that a lie will travel around the world twice before the truth even gets out the door.
Absolutely.
So,
but I mean, what she got it for?
Best comedy album.
Yeah, best comedy album.
Okay.
So that's why she was considered a comedian. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So the deal is, I'm just saying when you look at it, because everybody heard boycott Netflix, and they were like, okay, all right, what's going on? And then they hear, all right, it was racial, and it's gender.
Yes.
And they're like, well, wait, Amy Schumer got this, so it can't be gender. And they're like, oh, well, Dave Chappelle and Kevin Hart and everybody on Netflix getting this, it can't be racial. So everybody just started to whittle away at the argument.
Well, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
So that we don't whittle away from it and we understand it. Dave Chappelle got $20 million, right?
Yeah.
Tell me the last time Dave Chappelle was on TV.
Oh, man.
Well, he left the country.
8 years ago, 9 years ago, 10 years ago.
Please understand this. Dave Chappelle is a legend.
Yeah.
And he is an icon. And every dime he got, he deserved. Now, Chris Rock. When's the last time Chris Rock's been on TV?
It's been a minute.
Okay.
Everybody loves Chris.
Every dime Chris Rock got, he deserved because he's a legend and an icon. Tell me the last time Amy Schumer was on TV.
The train wreck movie that was like HBO.
I said TV.
Yeah,
it was
TV.
on HBO.
It was on HBO.
And when was that?
That was years ago, like 4 years ago.
Okay.
Years ago.
So when you say the race and the gender bias went out the door, well, let's discuss it. When you look at the resumes, right? And if you sit my resume down and you sit it down with Chris, Dave, and Amy, and you look at all of our resumes, tell me what's different.
What's different between the four?
Yeah.
I mean, the resumes, you have an Oscar. You have, you've done the Queens of Comedy tour. That's different than what they've done. None of them are Oscar winners.
So even if we take the Oscar, take that one trophy out. When I made the statement that I was the most decorated comedian alive, people said, oh, how could Monique say that? Is she crazy? But then when we pulled up facts, then people said, oh, well, okay, well, maybe. What happens is oftentimes we're afraid to tell the truth. So then we'll fall back on, well, how can it be gender bias? Well, if you look at the resumes, what is it about Dave and Chris that would garner them $20 million, but you offer me $500,000? Now, Netflix said Monique is a legend. Well, if Monique is a legend based off of y'all admission, and you say Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle are legends, well, are they $19.5 million more than me? Amy Schumer, who has said, I'm not a legend, and I shouldn't get what they're getting, but I should get more than the $11 million that you offered me.
Was that better in the negotiation process? Like, was her negotiators better?
Well, if you let me finish, because if you
I'm sorry to interrupt
but in
you.
the negotiation,
I'm intrigued.
Netflix came back and said there is no negotiation. If you go to my Instagram right now, we put out the contract, and then we put out the follow-up.
There was no good. How did nobody know the good? So though everybody who got 20 million and 13, that was the number off rip.
I can't speak for them. I know Amy Schumer was offered $11 million, and she said, wait a minute, that's inequality because they're men and they got 20. I'm a woman. I don't think I should get what they get because they're legends.
Yeah.
And I'm not, but I should get more. And Netflix agreed.
That's
and
negotiating.
Said, we're going to give you, that's negotiating. So if we don't have to discuss it.
So they didn't want to negotiate with you, but they negotiated with her.
Go to the Instagram page. You will see the contract, and then you will see Netflix follow-up. After we got back together as a team, we're going to keep it what it is.
Okay.
So when people say all these negotiations, guys, I've been doing it for almost 30 years. I got the best team in the business. And that team is my husband, Sidney, and our attorney, Ricky Anderson. And people keep saying, Monique, you need new management. And I say, why? Well, because they don't know how to negotiate for you. And I said, really? Well, let's talk about it. See, it is difficult when someone says no, because those lowball offers, they're not new.
No. And everybody who has even been discussing this has all said that's the one part that everybody can sing in unison, like we shall overcome. So, because it's been underpayment.
Do we keep accepting? Do we keep accepting these lowball offers, or do we have to take a stand? So the offers for black actresses or women of color in Hollywood is extremely low. But then when you get a rumor placed on you that you're difficult and demanding, then they become even lower.
Now, that goes to another thing, and I want to talk to you about that, too. And we're going to talk about it a lot. But we got to remind everybody, first of all, improv this weekend.
Oh, baby, they
shows. You already know.
Listen, ain't no mama here. Yeah. But I think that these conversations.
There are 3 shows that are sold out. There's one that's available for you, 813-864-4000. That's the business right there. All right, let's get that out of the way. I just got to make sure everybody know.
Chunky people stick together.
Be clear.
You see what I'm saying, baby?
Be clear. Now, here, I want to take one break because you mentioned the rumor.
But here's what I have to do with you, though.
Part.
When we come back from the break, I don't want you and I to start doing Q&A. I want you to have a conversation.
Absolutely.
Because oftentimes people get afraid to answer the questions, and they'll just keep asking questions.
Yeah, no.
But when I say, tell me what you think.
Yeah, that's
when we come back from this break, tell me what you think. But you're going to be able
to fill us in on parts that we aren't aware of.
But with the parts you do know. Yeah. We're going to talk about it.
We're going to talk about it.
Come on, baby.
So Monique's in the building. Be very clear. We're coming right back. We're going to talk about this because we got to talk about she's a rapper now because she got beef with all kind of people.
No. I'm too damn old to have beef, baby. I don't need beef no more, okay?
Coming back. All right, hold on.